Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful night here in the Mushroom Kingdom. Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer bracket stage of the tournament is going on here. And we have another exciting matchup between Gimpxtreme and ibuba7, another round 2 matchup here, round of 16. And I'm Cyclone, joined by LZ Cards fan. How are you doing tonight, Cards?
I'm doing great. A very exciting matchup between Gimpxtreme and ibuba7. We've had some very exciting bracket stage competition already. A few that have gone the full 3 games. Who knows? Maybe this will be another one. The winner, though, is going to have quite the task in front of them because they're going to be playing Paradox in the next round.
And Paradox is obviously a worthy opponent to look forward to. Going to be quite a task to knock Paradox off in the round of 8. But there are a lot of great competitors here. There's no easy road to the finals, is there?
Not anymore. We are now in the bracket stages. You've got to be on your tip-top game in order to come out and move on to the next round, which in this case would be the quarterfinals if whoever comes out on top does succeed. So it's going to be very exciting, Cyclone. We're going to have bracket stages. That means there's only break locks, or rather boulders, excuse me, and no end card games. We're starting with World 5.
And you just mentioned the end card games. Having no end card games is a huge thing as we get 5 for 2 already. Having no end card games is a huge thing because that means a lot of items that you might normally rely on playing the randomizer, getting hammers and Hammer Brother suits and clouds from the card game. You can't do that anymore. You're living off of what the Hammer Brothers give you, and that's it.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, this is 5F1. Wait just a second. 5F1.
Oh.
We're starting with World 5, and this is the first half. This is about as French vanilla as it gets.
I might have said it was Fort 2. My apologies if I said that. It is Fort 1, correct. And this is close to vanilla.
Yep, close, but not quite. So that's why we call it French vanilla. Both players taking care of Boom Boom here, and there is the bridge built. Remember, in Worlds 4 and 5, there's always going to have to be a bridge that needs to be built. Although with World 5, maybe you need it, maybe you don't need it. But World 4, you always need to have that bridge.
So we found that pipe was useless. It took us straight to the Spiral Tower.
Which means we don't have to play it, so we got to play panels 9, 4, and 6, and we're starting things off with 6, 7.
And as you can see, 6, 7, you might be looking at this thinking, doesn't the stage normally auto-scroll? Yes. However, on the randomizer, auto-scrolling is turned off for all stages except for 2. And I say 2 because there's only one regular stage, stage 5, 9, that does not work without auto-scrolling. But there's also a stage that I think a lot of people in chat would love to see being unable to pass with the cloud, and that is the fabled Atlantis beta stage.
Yep, absolutely. And of course, Coin Heavens, also the auto-scrollers are not turned off in those levels either. So you're not going to see runners take those stages. You might see it happen in 3-7, but even then, it's highly unlikely as we're now up to 5-4 next.
And 5-4 has those annoying platforms that continue to spin. You can't stand on them. If you hit them, you're going to be knocked who knows where. So there are a few that do spin and some that don't. And some that also spin in iterations like that last one on Gimpxtreme's side there.
And now panel 6 has a beta stage. It's not Atlantis, but it's the World 6-2 beta.
Very nice. It sounds like this could be a bit of a challenge. Sorry.
That's all right. ibuba is taking the bottom route, so Gimpxtreme a chance to maybe take the lead here.
And this is a little bit of a challenging beta stage as well. I've seen some that look fairly easy, but this is a challenging one, dipping in the water, having some fish down there to harass you. Not a lot of places to stand.
Yeah, and we are less than a second apart between ibuba and Gimp going into the World 6 Airship, or World 5 Airship. Actually, it is the World 6 Airship!
Wow, there you go. A mistake works out well for you there.
Right? So we're going to have Roy at the end. Now, Gimp, unfortunately, got pegged by a Hammer Bro stage, but did get a P-Wing in the process.
And that P-Wing can be a useful item. There could be a stage that you just don't want to play, and you can find your way through without having to go and play that stage. There are a few stages you just fly over a wall, and you're at the end of the stage without having to fight it.
7-6, 6-9. Yeah, I can think of a few stages.
Examples. So that's a potential advantage right there immediately. Now, ibuba is first, of course, to the wand. So we are about 10 seconds apart or so on the wand grab here. 340 falling to the king on ibuba's side.
Yeah, the difference right now is that Hammer Bros stage, but again, that item, we'll see if that does come into play for Gimp. Please have your Koopaling spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody. The old famous Bob Barker send-off. And what do we have? It's a star.
And we move to World 4. So World 4 is our second world today. So 5 and 4 are now both accounted for.
Yep, the two bridge-making worlds are both accounted for, and we have two Boomerang brothers. Booba takes care of him with the fire suit, gets a hammer.
Hammer is good.
Not as good as it was during the group play stages because they do not break locks, but we still have all of the big-time boulder stages in play, and we do have the donut fort here in World 4, so another French vanilla situation.
And that's a fact that we haven't seen any of those worlds yet is what I was referring to when I said that's potentially good. So there's still a lot of options that runner can skip 2 or 3 stages if they so line up that way in certain worlds.
Yep, and Wooba with the fire suit takes care of Boom Boom. Gip won't have that luxury since he's got the raccoon tail. And unfortunately, we got to play the other fort because that broke the lock. It did not build the bridge, and we have Fort 2 with Boss Bass. Luckily, not the double.
And that's French vanilla in a sense.
Again, French vanilla. We've kind of flirted with the New York vanilla, but we haven't gotten to it yet.
Abu with a nice long jump there. I thought he was about to fall in the water, but he did make the platform and he didn't get eaten, so he is through that stage. And Gimp walking in as Ibuba walks out.
Indeed, now we're going to play, and sure enough, 4F1 in World 4, as we like to discuss, these two forts love to pair up.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know. World 7 does as well, but I don't think to the same extent as World 4. But that just might be my personal experience from doing commentary here.
Ibuba another boom boom fight. Once again, Gimp going in as Ibuba's going out.
And Gimp also taking the top path, but he's down to Small Mario, so you're going to have to be careful with this swamp here. Yeah, not taking any chances. We'll get a mushroom back. There's the bridge built, so there's not a third fort that we have to deal with. And this is the World 3 airship.
Gimp makes that jump through the swamp gap cleanly. Ibuba did lose his power up when he went through there, which is why he's small right now. Gimpxtreme is going to come to the airship big. We'll have to see what other power up he picks up along the way. Might be fire, might give him an advantage on the Koopa boss. We'll see.
It's going to be Iggy Koopa with that goofy hitbox. Let's see what happens. Oh, and he's got Earthquake as well, and 1 hit is not enough. 2 hits, that's not enough either. 3 hits, it is.
It is enough. And not hitboxed.
It's a good thing for Abuba, so he's the first one done with the second world of game number 1. Gimp able to fly to the top of that airship. It turned out to be a tail, so won't be able to get a fire kill.
And Gimp drops in and will deal with his own Earthquake Iggy. And let's see if he gets hitboxed, because Iggy likes to somehow hit you in weird ways. In this one, he doesn't.
Not this time, so that's a good thing. All right, our prize from the princess this time, an anchor, could be anything.
As to what the anchor will be, only one way we'll find out if one of the runners uses it.
That pipe just takes him to the mushroom house. Abuba opting not to go in to pick up an extra item, so he'll take the pipe on the bottom right, and we'll see where this takes him to. Well, it takes him to Pipe Bonanza. Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. And let me just tell you, I think they all contain zonks.
Choose wisely.
Right. All right.
Gimp
Doesn't like what he sees. Yep.
Gimpxtreme doing the same pipe exploration there. Doesn't go to the Toad House either.
Hey, it's the stealth pipe, or as one of my commentator partners, the crazy dude, would call it, the pipe with a view.
Not a view you want to see, though.
No, that's the wrong kind of view, because the game just taunts you. Oh, you want to get to the end island. Oh, Abuba's found the way. However, there is a lock. Hopefully that fort breaks. That might be the only fort. I don't know if I saw a panel 10, though. Did you see a panel 10?
I haven't seen any other fort.
There it is.
I think it is the only fort.
It is the only fort because we saw the panel 10 show up on the upper right corner on Gimp's side, so we know for sure that fort will break the lock. Gimp has also found the way out a different way, might I add. So 2 players in 2 different stages. It was 3-2 for Ibuba. Gimp is in the quicksand stage.
Very interesting.
So looking at the map here, yep, so Ibuba still has a lead, not by much, as we are now entering 4-4.
And Ibuba gets the jump off of Lakidu's head and is going to probably try and go for this one too. There it is. It almost got hit by a Spiny. That was nearly a loss of his fire.
Yeah, it's very easy to get hit because of how quickly Lakitu throws those spiny shells at the players, unlike the original version in Super Mario Bros. 1.
I think of all the Lakidus, I think this is one of the faster throwing ones in the entire series, if I'm not mistaken.
You may be right. Ibuba now in the carpet fort, 6F3. And Gimp finishes 4-4. So, yeah, we are still neck and neck getting close to the end of this third world here.
It could come down to that fact that Gimpxtreme had to get that P-Wing. But so let's just hope that that P-Wing comes in useful on a stage later on somewhere.
We may have to use it here because Gimp in trouble. He will get a star. That's going to help him get through the rest of the first part of this stage. However, he's running out of time and...
Oh,
that was too close for comfort. I have no idea how Gimp survived that, but he'll take it. We're now in the Piranha stage for Ibuba, so he'll get a nice prize at the end. Please don't let it be a music box, huh?
And
it's Julep Cloud. That's really
good.
good.
Yeah, very nice.
Gimp does take care of the boom boom here in 6F3, so he'll be moving on to that Piranha stage. Ibuba in the World 1 airship where Luddy will await.
In the meantime, we still have a Piranha Plant in the way for Gimpxtreme. He has to play it.
All right, Ludwig von Koopa, not the earthquake variety that you're normally used to seeing, but he does love to jump very high, and you see it right there. Booba.
Wow.
Oh, and 3 hits, not enough. 4 hits, it's a 4-hitter.
Let's see if Gimpxtreme can do it clean, make up a little bit of time there.
Ooh, he's going to use the P-Wing.
I don't mind this.
No, not at all. He's gonna fly through this World 1 airship on the top. So yeah, chance for Gimp to maybe gain some seconds. But there's the high jump on Gimp's side. Oh my. Yeah.
He did gain a few seconds, but he is gonna have to do the fight the normal way.
He's fine though. All right, so Ludwig is down, and we're moving on to World 4. Let's see what the princess gives. Actually, we don't know because it's Koopa's letter. You'll have to check your inventory if you want to find out what. Oh, it's a Hammer Pro suit! How generous of Bowser!
How generous of Bowser to give us the way to kill him.
Yeah, it's like, I can't do it. I can't do it myself. You do it. You take this Hammer Brothers suit.
And this king, by the way, apparently did not want to be changed back into a... that's not a human. What is that?
I have no idea. All right, 5-3 is our next stage where Ibuba is in right now.
Paragoomba's flying by.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. This is on the upper level. That's going to be not affecting us.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. No meal for Boss Bass at this juncture, at least.
If that came at the start of the stage, that'd be a little bit more problematic, because that's the stage where you're on that level a lot.
Oh, absolutely. And Gimp sees the Boss Bass, but he'll be in good shape. Ibuba done with 5-3. Gimp shouldn't have any trouble clearing it himself.
I actually wonder if you go high. I actually wonder if you go high enough.
The input.
I actually wonder if you go high enough, can Boss Bass still eat you?
Good question. If we were like flying up, could he do it? I don't know if I want to test the waters.
No,
if you know what I mean.
Yeah, with the P-Wing is what I'm referring to there.
Right. All right, so World 3, Wendy O'Koopa is going to be our boss at the end, and Ibuba has come to the conclusion that there is a lock guarding Wendy. So he's going to be playing 5F2.
As I like to refer to it, Fire Fort. And Hotfoot's everywhere in this one, so a lot of Potable fireballs too.
All right, here we go with the boom boom fight for ibuba7, and down he goes. And Gimp now going to be doing 5F2 as well. So, interesting. We are still close, almost halfway through the game.
Yeah, the P-Wings Hammer Brothers so far still the difference between them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now Ibuba going to play this level. Looks like it's going to be 4-3. And oh, you always like to see the Hammer Brother just take a dive. That way you're not taking the damage.
This stage 4 or 3 has been known to cause trouble periodically for some racers. Let's see if Ibuba can do it cleanly here.
Now long jumps, and there's this one part coming up that can send players flying. It's this jump right here with that bouncy wall.
Yeah, the bouncy wall is kind of like a troll at the end.
Yeah, it's like those crazy castles that you go in as a kid. You jump, bounce off, but that's a crazy castle you don't want to be bouncing off.
Ibuba, I don't think did that Sludge Brother fight that Gimpxtreme did.
Yep, panel 7, and it's 8-1. Not a pleasant level at all, especially with nippers.
And there were a couple of the bouncy blocks in that part too there.
Gimp down to Small Mario. Going to have to be careful.
We have the spike blowing Piranhas here, and that one just fell off the screen.
Luckily, and Ibuba gets through cleanly. He's done with 8-1. He'll move on to the next stage. He's up to 7 extra lives. Both players have been clean so far, so that's a good thing to see here. That's what's kept this race very close. All right, here comes that precarious jump. Gimp gets through it. Very good.
Very nice. Ibuba in the pipe and traveling to the other side to get to the next port.
All right, and this is going to be 3F1. Yet another French vanilla situation, but its partner 3F2 is nowhere to be found. That's because we're probably going to see it in World 8.
Or it could be that other fort on the other side there.
Oh, there's a third fort. Interesting.
Oh.
Gimp, unfortunately, losing the input trying to go left. I don't know what it is with this game. Sometimes you try to slide down and the game just does not progress you the right way. As now Gimp has found the beta of 1.5, which isn't really the most pleasant of stages. No power-ups, no coin heaven, no nothing.
It also looks like it combines the pyramid entrance.
Looks like the third fort is required. So, was there 2 locks maybe to Wendy's castle?
Not sure, but I'm looking at the beta and saying that is also a stage that seems to combine the pyramid entry format. So I think the pyramid might have been created later and not removed from 1.5 when that was actually put in. Goodbye, Hammer Brother. Go have a nice lava bath.
We just had a hand bridge, and well, how French vanilla that is. A leaf is the prize for all 3. So now Ibuba's going to have to play this fort. What do we have? Another World 6 fort. This time it's the escalator fort, 6F1. Now Gimp's going to have to play this. Oh, nice shot. Very nice.
Oh, he went for the power-up. Very nicely done.
And he's going to get the star. Good.
Lost his P-speed. Had to take a second shot there. Got out in time.
All right, Ibuba's going to hope for a star behind this question block, but instead he'll get a flower, which is a nice consolation. He'll be able to do a fire kill.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, the other lock was... The other lock was at the prize bridge. Island, rather.
Gimpxtreme was caught back up. Will he go for the star? No, he won't.
No, he's going to keep that suit. He's going to keep that raccoon tail for now. So you are absolutely right, because since Gimp did not play that fort, yeah, he is going to pick up a little bit, as the lock is now complete on Ibuba's side. This is the World 2 Airship. Does have the fire suit. He'll have a shot at the fire kill, but the train's going to be relatively difficult to accomplish that, but we'll see what happens.
Gimp does get the boom boom fight down, and Ibuba is now on the Wendy fight, and is going to try to fry her, and has to bop her once, but does successfully fry.
That might have been a side salad Wendy for all we know. Gimp going to use the Jukum Cloud to go to this pipe. That lock should be broken. And there it is. So Gimp right behind Ibuba. So yeah, that looked like a one-hitter to me. I mean, it could have been a fire kill, But I think that was a one here. I think that was side salad Wendy for sure.
Well, we're going to find out in a moment because Gimpxtreme is taking the upper route to get across. Going to go in the pipe quickly, trying to get the key speed back. And let's see how side salad Wendy is.
She's not a side salad. That was a fire kill. And this is bad news for Gimp. So 3 hits, that's not enough. It's at least a son of Baconator for Wendy, a 4-hitter. So ibuba was lucky to get that kill.
Yep, so now Gimpxtreme did lose a little time on the fight, obviously. We have a Boss Basset. It's another vanilla stage, 3-8.
My goodness gracious, so much vanilla. I'm going to need some chocolate syrup to cleanse the palate.
Would you like a cherry with that?
I'll take it. Why not? Make it a Sunday. All right, ibuba's done with 3-8. He'll move on to the next level. And actually wasn't paying attention to what was behind the peach letter, and I still won't know.
I didn't see it either.
Dang it. Oh, wow. All right, so ibuba weighing his options. And he's going to play this fort, and, well, more French vanilla.
We need another roller for the second seed here.
Yeah, next. Ooh, Gimp some trouble, though. He's in the water with Boss Bass, no fire suit. But he should be safe now.
Yeah, you don't usually get eaten up here.
All right, we're in the spike fort, and this is why we call it the spike fort, specifically this room right here. You see the spikes, but there's actually some spikes on top that you don't see unless you try to fly. You use a P-wing, fly up there. I'm like, wait, what just hit me? Well, it's spikes.
Yeah, I've done that before. Not fun.
All right, we're about to find out if that breaks the desired lock for ibuba. Well, nope. That's probably not the one he was hoping for, but which means this was an optional fort. You could have went around. Oh, Gimp in some trouble. ibuba weighing his options, opting not to use the hammer there.
He thought about it. If Gimpxtreme uses the hammer there, that could give him an advantage.
Right. He looks like ibuba wants to save it for World 6. We have not seen World 6 or World 1 yet, and so far this has been the only hammer, so ibuba has made his decision. He's thinking World 6 is going to be the better play. We'll see if he's right.
Now, if a second hammer shows up somewhere, we'll know Gimpxtreme is good to use the hammer here.
Definitely. Meanwhile, ibuba just completed 3-6, so he'll move on to, looks like the next fort, which is going to be 6F2. You know what that means, Cyclone?
Go ahead.
That means we are not going to see a World 6 fort in World 8. That's all 3 of them.
Nice. And I just noticed something else. I was taking a close look at the map when Gimpxtreme got there. The fort that breaks the lock is protected on all sides by a level. So, in one case by 2 or 3. So you have to actually clear a level to go to the fort anyway. That's what ibuba was thinking about, and that's why he didn't use the hammer.
And that makes a lot of sense because Gimp is also not going to use his hammer. He just completed 3-6. Here comes the fight. Gets the fire kill. ibuba done with 6F2. The coin ship stays away from Gimp, so he's now in that same. And Gimp and I, we've done a lot of commentary together. We talk about the World 6 fort, World 8. He's probably disappointed to see it. This is the last one.
Yep, you're not going to see World 6 there today. You might see World 1 this time. I haven't seen that one yet.
In World 8? Yeah, that one you don't see in World 8 very often, but we'll see if it shows up. I don't know if it can, considering the situation.
If it can, it would have to be a case where the lock is not necessary.
Right. World 7 airship now for ibuba. So we're going to have the Salty Morton Koopa at the end, and we still have one Earthquake Koopa left to go. It could be Mr. Salty Koopa. Let's find out. 1 hit. Is the Earthquake variety? Oh, he is super salty. 3 hits. That's not enough. How about 4 hits? Oh, he is mega extra super-sized French fries salty. And Bowser, you're going to have to get him on the low sodium diet.
Get the French fries out. We need to put some salt on them.
Yep. Gimp, meanwhile, playing through 7-9. This was not a stage we saw on ibuba's side, so taking a different path to get there. Uh-oh, and Gimp in trouble here as that Fire Chomp knocks him down to small Mara. He's really going to have to pay close attention to the enemies here.
And
he clouded 7-9. That makes sense.
And while the King's tracked by Lemon Tree, we didn't get to see what the item was, so that didn't show up.
Well, 2 forts here in World 1. Unfortunately, we have to build a bridge this time around. It is required. We do have a red fort as well. I always like to see the red forts.
Red fort, yes.
All right, so World 8 fort here in World 1. We'll see if that's the one that builds the bridge or if we have to play the normal colored fort as Gimp. I don't know if he meant to do that. He just got fireworks to take him all the way up to 16 lives. This is going to be more than enough for Gimp.
ibuba lost his one cycle, had to go and stop for power up. He's getting a star. He's going to go for the orb kill here. And get your orb in chat, everyone.
Gimp playing through the Hammer Brothers stage, getting a leaf. And yeah, that'd be Bro. And that does build the bridge, so that other fort not going to be required here. Ibuba going to play the leaf here, and 6-8 with Boss Pass. Wait, Boss Pass loves to be in 6-8.
Well, because it's easy for him to get a meal there.
True. It is easy. It is one of the easier stages from what we've seen in the tournament so far, Cyclone.
I've seen many a meal in this stage, no question.
Ooh, getting P-Speed, so denying Boss Pass, completing his hand up to 8 extra lives. Here is the salty Morton Koopa fight now for Gimp, as he's got 3 hits now. And here comes the 4th hit, and the final hit, got him.
Done.
Ooh, there's a rocket Cheep that kind of malfunctioned. This is 3-1 where Ibuba is.
Yeah, that rocket Cheep just decided to, well, not take off.
Nope, and we've got Big Bertha guarding the pipe. Ibuba's able to sneak on by, and he's done with 3-1.
And now we're going to see what's behind Gimpxtreme's Lemon Tree distraction. Let's see. Looking at Peach's letter, we see nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing at all. There is no prize. It's a booby prize. It's a zonk. No, they got something. We, unfortunately, the bad frame roll, so they went by it quicker before we could see it. Star. We're being told it was a star.
Ah, fantastic.
All right, Ibuba now. That was the World 5 Airship, and it's a one-hitter. We go from the strongest kind of Koopaling to the weakest kind of Koopaling. I guess Larry didn't want to take a page from his brother Morton.
So that was that about side salad earlier?
Yeah, that's who had the side salad. It ended up being Larry. All right, ooh, there's the star chance. So Gimpxtreme has a chance to get the Bro. Let's see. There it is. Bro.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, so close indeed. So, let's find out what we get from the princess this time. And it's going to be Tokisu.
Oh, we saw that one.
All right, World 6 now, our final world before World 8. And Ibuba and Gimp holding onto that hammer. Well, that hammer's not going to be useful this time. There's still one other chance we could use that hammer. It's the last chance. I would imagine we're going to see it if it boils down to it. Let's take a look at this pipe and see if it's any good. Well, it is, unfortunately. Not only do we need to build a bridge, we got to pick a lock.
Oh, that's a nice combination here for World 6. We're gonna be busy. We're gonna be here for a while.
Yep, so no quick World 6 this time around as we get a very useless music box. Nice to play some oldies, but we've already done World 7.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of Hammer Brothers situations left that we're gonna need to skip them. So Ibuba could choose to put him to sleep if he sees a couple in the way he doesn't want to play, doesn't need the items. But other than that, there's not much point to having that anymore.
Meanwhile, we've got the beta waterfall stage, the 7-6 beta. So there are 2 forts, and we know there's exactly 2 forts because there's 2 panel 10s. So both of those forts need to be completed. Oh, you gotta love that.
Bye. See you later.
Yep. Oh, yuck. 7F2. I wonder if 7F1's gonna join it.
Maybe. Fort Knox tends to go with Piranhas.
We'll see if it comes up, but this is not a pleasant stage, and we get a 1-up, so Ibuba would be wise to keep that power up for as long as possible. Here's the Larry fight for Gimp. No problem at all. Ooh, but Ibuba going to lose that fire suit. Should still be okay, bud. What do we have in this? Oh, nasty. Well, we'll see if Ibuba can get a power-up back here. He does.
He does get through.
Here comes what I like to call the 8-4 SMB3 jump. Nice.
Tricky jump. Nice to get it down.
Ooh, ibuba just had enough iframes to not get tackled by that disco waffle there and takes care of Boom Boom. Now it's Gimp's turn, and I would imagine he's going to take the same pathway. No, he's not. Instead, Gimp's going to play the Hammer Brothers stage first. He'll be getting that same music box. So decisions for Gimp.
And he's going to move forward. He's going
to play on.
10.
This could give him a chance to maybe pick up some ground. We'll see what happens.
He knows he has to play at least one fort, so he's probably just going to get to a fort and then see what happens.
Well, we'll see if it's the right one. So here's a chance where you could see the hammer being used. ibuba does not have his hammer anymore. It looks like he had already used it. 4-5. Cyclone, this is the only stage of the game where we have the missile builds.
Yep. The automatically changing direction bullet bills, they only change direction once, then they fly off.
Yep, they don't change the direction multiple times. I think they should, but...
Yeah, that'd be an interesting thing if Fred could somehow put that in to have them just change repeatedly, or even put them in other stages.
Ooh, put them in other stages. I like that idea.
Yeah, we need
Not 8-1, though. Not 8-1, please. And there it is. They're paired up. 7F1 with 7F2. It's Fort Knox time. But unfortunately, no tail for ibuba. So let's see if Gimp decides to use a tail, knowing the logic, how these two love to pair. And Gimp tried, but that Hotfoot had other ideas.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see if Gimpxtreme does do that, as you said, because that would be a very good play if he does.
All right. Gimp now. Critical boom boom fight.
Gimp clipped through that first block there on that screen. I've never seen that happen.
Yep, but he does get through the boom boom fight. ibuba, meanwhile, has his Tanuki suit, flies up to the top. It'll be his turn to take on the boom boom.
So Gimp sees a fort, puts just as
there is a third fort.
Putting the Hammer Brothers to sleep, puts them to sleep. He is getting his Tanuki suit out early. I would have saved that for another stage.
Oh, wait, no, that is the second fort. Never mind. It's all blurring to me. My mistake. That was the second and final fort. So now, ibuba, he will have to play this. Ooh, Fire Bros. It's the World 7 beta stage. And ibuba having a little bit of trouble losing that Tanuki suit, but we'll get a P-Wing out of it.
A little bit of development. Gimpxtreme is going to get through this stage with his tail and his Tanuki suit, rather, intact. Does have a tail, obviously. He is going to get to go into Fort Knox with that tail. He will save a little bit of time here.
That's huge. That is huge. So, we don't know what ibuba's going to do. It looks like he's going to go backwards. Because remember, ibuba does know. Yeah, he's going to go back. So, he's actually going to build on this lead because of that extra knowledge. I don't know how many stages Gimp is going to have to play, but ibuba doesn't have to. He'd have to play through 2 more. So, unless he checks pipes, yeah, ibuba's going to gain some more time.
I'm surprised that Gimp hasn't checked 8 pipes yet.
Ooh, it looks like he's going to now. Oh, this is great.
He probably realized he did both forts, and therefore he doesn't have to do anything else if he can find the path.
Yep, and all he's got to do is pick the right pipe, and here comes Lemmy. Not a shrimp this time, but could he be a 2-hitter? Ooh, he's a shrimp anyway. We'll take a 2-hitter. We'll take a 2-hitter.
That's a little enough shrimp for me.
All right, people in chat, predict how many bridges it is going to take to build the path to Bowser's Castle. We're looking for the number of bridges, 0 to 4.
I put a 3 in the chat to join in there. Someone beat me to saying it, though.
Well, it's not going to be 3 because I'm doing commentary. I'm going to say 1.
What? Oh, I said 3 because you're doing commentary.
Yeah, I've never seen 3, so that's why I'm saying, look at Gimpxtreme. He did pick the right pipe. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to come down to World 8 as we get a useless music box from the princess. It's going to come down to World 8, boy. That was a greatly played World 6 there for Gimp.
And both of us have a Hammer Brother suit, too, so it could come down to Bowser's Castle directly. Who manages to keep their Hammer Brother suit and who doesn't. That could very well be what ends up deciding the race here. This is going to be very exciting.
Certainly. And we're starting things off with the Air Force, and this is one of the 4 potentially required quote-unquote fort levels. And if you're a subscriber to Nest Cardinality, let's see those command emotes.
Command?
Yep, command. All right. No locks here, so It's either going to be a lot or it's going to be disappointment. Well, let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ibuba not going to take any chances. And sure enough, 3F2 in World 8.
Now, we haven't actually seen Bowser's area yet, so we don't know if this will be a bridge or a lock yet.
Yeah, if Gimp takes one of the pipes and it turns out it's one of these free World 8s where we only needed one bridge and it turns out that it's already been built, yeah, he's set, but we'll see how this plays out. Gimp may take a crack at gambling here, knowing who his opponent is. So we'll see what happens as Ibuba, with the fire suit, takes care of Boom Boom. He's done with 3F2.
Skipping the fort would be a gamble, but it would be a very interesting gamble to take.
Well, the Gimp also going to follow ibuba7's footsteps, so they are both level pegging. So Ibuba going to keep that advantage. Let's see. Here's the Dark World. And a fort. There's a lock, so it can't be 4. It could be 3 still. No locks there, so it still could be 3. Of course, there could have been a lock there that was picked. Check this pipe. Maybe this is what will lead us to Bowser's Castle. Does it? No.
One of the Hamburg stages on hand bridge as well.
Yep, panel 2. There's another lock, so we know it's either going to be 2, 1, or 0.
One is looking more likely now.
All right, next up is the Super Tank stage. So now Gimp, done with 3F2, he's going to check the pipe maze and see if he can find the way out. Oh! Gimp found the way out!
Whoa!
The Great Equalizer! One bridge, it's been built. Gimp has a shot.
Wow! He just has to hang on to the hamburger suit. He used the star to make sure he didn't lose it to the lasers. Is he going to get the clip? Nope.
Now,
Gotta go down, but he's going to be able to hammer some.
He's going to be on his way too, so it's going to be neck and neck. It's going to come down to who can keep the Hammer Bros suit. If Gimp can, he'll win. If Ibuba can and Gimp cannot, he's going to win. If neither can keep it, it's going to come down to Bowser.
Ibuba can make up time in the fort too. Gimp was being very cautious coming up that staircase. Looks like Ibuba being a little less cautious.
Yeah, he went for the clip and got it. Ooh, but missing the Everyman's clip and losing the validation 1-up. But Gimp losing the Hammer Bro suit and down to Small Mario. Now Ibuba is going to try for the clip. If he can get the clip fast, he's going to win. But if he can't, Gimp, but he gets the clip.
He got it. 20 seconds right here.
Oh, this is ball game. Ibuba is going to win this race unless he loses the suit. Oh my goodness, what a finish. Bowser's Castle ending up being the Great Equalizer. Hi, Bowser, and bye, Bowser. What a race.
Wow.
ibuba7 wins. Get your GGs out. Holy smokes.
And that's only game 1, ladies and gentlemen. We still have another game ahead, at least. Maybe 2.
Wow, and get your GGs out for Gimp. Unbelievable match to start things out tonight, Cyclone.
Absolutely. That was a great start to this matchup. And like I said, that was game number 1. We're going to go ahead and get the winner marked here. Let's get that done very quickly so we get the stream updated. But what do you think about that matchup?
What were the official SRL times, Cyclone? This had to be about a 10-15 second race.
36:18 for ibuba and 36:30 for Gimpxtreme.
A difference of 12 seconds. Unbelievable. That one stage, that one Hammer Bros stage that Gimp was forced to play that Ibuba didn't play, I mean, that was one of the factors. But don't forget, Gimp did take one fall in 8-1. If he doesn't take that fall, he wins.
In fact, the fact that he found the path quicker, that gave him the huge advantage he needed. He just had that execution error in losing the Hammer Brothers suit, and that cost him the race.
Well, I mean, can you really fault Gimp? He took the top path, which tends to be the more dangerous path. But, I mean, if you don't get the clip the first try, you got to go through the door unless you feel like you've got to nail the clip to keep the suit. You can't fault Gimp. He just got, unfortunately, a bad set of fireballs and a lot of lasers, and that's just the way the ball bounces sometimes, Cyclone.
Indeed it is. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to go ahead and get set up for the second race here. What we're going to ask is for everyone watching, make sure you stay with us. We are going to have about let's say about 5-minute break or so. Let the runners have a chance to get a drink or whatever else they need to do while we get ready for the second race. We're going to roll a second seed for them. And what we will do is we'll step out while we do that. We'll be right back with more Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer, game number 2 between Gimpxtreme and ibuba7. If you thought that first one was good, we got more ahead. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to race number 2 between Gimpxtreme and ibuba7 here in the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer bracket stage of the tournament. I'm Cyclone. I'm joined again by...
I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23, and boy, what an exciting race we just got done calling a few moments ago between Gimpxtreme and ibuba7. Gimp was the first one to Bowser's Castle with ibuba right behind him, but ibuba managed to keep the hammer suit, got the all-important clip. That enabled him to sneak by and get the victory by 12 seconds. But more importantly, ibuba should count his lucky stars because he crossed hand stages not once, not twice, not thrice, 4 or 5 times, but 6 times.
And we were discussing it between races. If he got pulled down twice, even once possibly, that race belongs to Gimpxtreme. That turned out to be a very close finish and very lucky finish for ibuba to even come out with the win in that race.
Oh, absolutely, man. That was an exciting match, and I'm looking forward to game number 2. People in chat, which world are we going to start at, folks?
Get your guesses in chat now.
Ooh, World 1 with 2 forts, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and we have a split. ibuba taking 7-5. He's saying nope. Instead, he's going to take 6-4, which is what Gimp decided to do. So Gimp going to have the early advantage if he can keep it clean, which he does. So he'll be moving on to the next one.
And ibuba now coming to the P block himself. Ooh, almost hits that Goomba, but manages to jump over him. That Goomba falling from the sky like that can surprise you.
All right, Gimp going to play the World 2 fort. So here's the Spike Fort. And ibuba7 gonna take the other one, 5F2. Ooh. So immediately somebody is gonna pull out with a fairly decent lead. We'll find out who it is going to be.
Was there only one lock or bridge in the way there?
There's one bridge in the way.
Ooh, this could be interesting.
And only one of them is correct. Oh, Gimp falling into the spikes.
That helps him get in the door, though, so he's fine with that.
Okay, both are required. Never mind. Well, I got my hopes up for nothing. We need to build a bridge and pick a lock, so they both have to be played.
So Gimpxtreme now heads into fire for himself, and ibuba is working through the other fort as well.
Gimp taking a chance there, trying to do a very intense jump against those dry bones, was able to be successful. But then he got picked off by a Podobo, so Gimp in a little bit of trouble. But ibuba now in the spike room. Ooh, gets it through P-speed cleanly. So ibuba's going to take a little bit of a lead on Gimp because he got through the forts a little bit faster, even though Gimp came to the forts first.
Yep, slight lead for ibuba7. Confirm once we get to the castle, of course. We still have a couple stages to go through to get there, so he does get to panel 3 first. Ooh, hello, Boss Bass.
In 6-8, once again. At this point, are we really surprised, Cyclone?
No, not at all.
Exactly.
Like we said, it's one of the best stages for him to get a free meal.
Well, so far, Boss Bass has been almost AWOL and no meals to his name tonight.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, that's true. There's still plenty of chances, and Gimp going to try to outrun it, and he will. So again, they're neck and neck coming out of 6-8, and now we're continuing with World 6, this time 6-1.
Notice, by the way, that Gimpxtreme slowed his run to break briefly so he would get a different icon. The reason he does that is because he wants to avoid the animation with the Starman at the end, trying to get 3 different items. Instead of having 3 exactly the same, that gets rid of the fireworks animation, saves just a few seconds, but it does add up. And that, like we saw that last race, do that a few times on either side, and that makes it longer. Or
boy, that's another difference. Now that you mentioned that, how long is that animation?
I don't think it's a full 12 seconds, but it is at least a few seconds.
It's quite a while. So yeah,
actually, with stars maybe it is 12 seconds.
Good, yeah, because it's 5 ups as opposed to flowers or mushrooms. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of difference makers in that race. You could point to any one thing being a difference maker.
Indeed. That's usually what happens with close races.
Absolutely. World 7 airship for both of our runners right now, where Larry is going to await at the end.
They're both on the airship. They're not very far apart. Gimpxtreme has an advantage with the tail right now, but ibuba has the... Oh, they're right on the same area. So ibuba might go for the fire kill. We'll see.
All right,
He
one
is going
hit.
for fire.
That's not going to work. 2 is not enough. How about 3? 3 it is.
Yep, they both got with 3. It wasn't fire.
Yep. So after World 1, they are about as we expected, Cyclone, neck and neck.
Wouldn't be a good race if it wasn't, right?
Right, you are there. So we'll see what kind of gift we get from the princess to start things off, and our goofy message from the king. Speaking of that, it's about as goofy as it
well,
gets.
that's goofy. Get your guesses in chat as to what the item is, by the way, everyone.
Of course, it's a cat jumping on the keyboard. What else could it be?
Meow.
Tanuki suit. That's not bad. All right. Next. Whoa! We are going in order. So we have the 1-2 punch. Could we possibly have the perfect game? Ooh. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This could be another difference maker right here, Cyclone.
It could be. And yeah, I think this was shuffled a little weakly so far.
Yeah. Hammer for Gimp, which probably isn't going to come in handy this time because you see where the forts are. That hammer's out of play.
Yeah, in this world, it's out of play, but there are still 3 worlds that, or at least a couple worlds that can use it. That is a very costly death.
Yeah, the way this has been shaping up, and now Gimp, what if that was the right move? No, this was the right move. Ibuba.
Oh, wow!
That 100 coin find turned out to be a blessing in disguise for Gimp because he's going to stay in the race with Ibuba. If he doesn't take that death, he falls quite a bit behind.
That's fortune. That's just fortunate for him.
Wow. Man, it's almost as if the game knew we wanted a close race.
Rando God has to open.
Yep. Here is the cheap hand bridge stage. Ooh, every hand bridge stage is going to give us a Jugum cloud.
Now, we don't know where those stages are going to be, but if we can find them, those are going to be some very useful clouds to get by stages if we get them early. And Gimp taking a swan dive, that's not going to help.
Ooh, that one's more costly than the one he took. That one's going to sting a bit. So, Ibuba now to the Morton fight. Very salty last time, but this time, Bowser took him off that sodium. Just a 2-hitter.
Yeah, and less sodium in the diet for Morton this time around.
Yeah, definitely. So Booba's going to have some kind of lead. It's still up for grabs, but yeah, Gimp, again, the first death was a blessing in the size, but the second one, yeah, that's what's going to establish a lead here for Ibuba.
Not much of a lead. Anything can still happen here.
No, that's true, but Gimp has to keep the sheet clean here. Remember, it's a 2-hitter. He's got to get through this. This is an important fight here. No crazy hitboxes, please.
We have a hammer.
There's one. Very nice. And down goes Morton, and we do have to play the fort, and that's the only fort, because that fort is going to build our bridge as we have the 5-8 beta.
Bit of an annoying stage.
Yep, I call it 5-8 as opposed to 5-4 because of how speedy it is. But you could argue 5-4. I wouldn't argue it. I'd call it 5-4 too, but I say 5-8 just because of how fast. Here's the Ice Fort 6F2.
We finally have a shuffle on the worlds as well. 1, 2, and then 5.
Dang it! Oh yeah, that's right. Now that you mentioned it, I had forgotten about the sequential order. So unfortunately, the 1 in 5,000 something chance isn't going to come through this time.
I haven't bothered calculating it, but could be something in that range.
$5,040.
Oh, you just calculated it?
I sure did.
The only boom boom that actually jumps up straight up when you fight him, there it was. You just saw it on ibuba's side. We're going to see it on Gimpxtreme's side. And we're in a situation right now that's very similar to what we had the entire last race. Gimpxtreme just 1 stage behind.
Yep, and this time we have 8-2. Ibuba, because he's already got a Tanuki suit, doesn't need to go into the quicksand, which really could help him out now. No riffraff. I don't see Boss Bass. I don't see an Angry Sun, so that's good. But he is going to lose the tail, so this jump going to be a little bit more trickier, but not a problem for Ibuba. He'll move on.
I was waiting for Boss Bass on that last jump because I have seen Boss Bass get a meal coming over that area before.
Really? Interesting. At the very end and nowhere else.
On that last jump before the note blocks, the enemy that fell in the pit has been a Boss Bass before.
Oh, interesting. All right, so Gimp, wow, the intuition. The intuition.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's going to be a great stage for Gimp to skip, 8-2. I mean, there's better stages to skip, but 8-2 is definitely a viable one to pass on. Ibuba gonna play this stage out, and it looks like no choice for Gimp. He too is gonna have to play this Hammer Bros stage. Gets a leaf out of it. Struggles to get it though. 6-3 now. Oh, another Judo Club.
That's right, Ibuba.
There's a fall on his side, so that's actually the first mistake he's made all night.
I agree,
so
yeah.
That's how great he's been playing.
That's the first thing that's gone wrong for him. Now he has to get the Fire Brothers out. They're both on the Fire Brothers fight. Looking for a power-up. Nothing so far.
Oh, bad luck for Gimp, but luckily is able to get him with the iframes, because that is a difficult fight. And they're going to both get a P-Wing, and immediately Ibuba going to use it on 6-3.
I have seen a game over on that stage before, so on the Fire Brothers, so that can be very, very difficult.
Yeah, that was a crucial win there for Gimp, because he could have been this, essentially stun locked there, and good luck trying to beat a water level small and double good luck against Fire Bros.
Yeah.
Oh, 6-9. Well, this is where Ibuba doesn't have that P-Wing.
Oh, can Gimp find the courage to take a death and use the P-Wing? Let's find out.
He's going to try for the wall jump. He's going for the wall jump. Easier to do small. Now Gimp decides to pass on it. Now, is he going to take the intentional, knowing he's got a P-Wing?
No.
He's not. You kind of can't fault him. You kind of can't fault him. It's early. If it was later, maybe he does that.
I might have just gone ahead and done that anyway. I don't like this stage.
I don't like it either, but Gimp must feel he's comfortable enough to play it out, so Ibuba will keep his lead, but still, it's not a big lead. As we now go to the 1-5 beta.
Saw this before?
Yep, we saw that in game number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Gimp is able to get through 6-9, so he'll move on to that 1-5 beta himself.
I just realized I don't think I've seen Atlantis yet in these brackets in any of the seeds I've called.
Well, congratulations, Cyclone. You just jinxed it.
Yep, that means we're going to see it. I'm trying to get it out. Come on.
Well, we'll see if it does come to fruition. If Ibuba does clear the 1-5 beta, he'll move on. It looks like he'll move on to the World 5 Airship. What's it going to be? World 4.
And the only stage in the game where the coins don't spin and the blocks don't...
Oh, no!
Ow!
Gimp doesn't take advantage of the iframes, and now he's going to juke him it knowing he's behind. So now that Ibuba does still have Jugum Clouds, whereas Gimp doesn't. But I don't fault Gimp for doing this because he knows he's got to gain some time. We've got Earthquake Roy, 3 hits. It's what it turns out to be.
Yeah, so this is going to keep the race close for now, but having those Jugum Clouds for Ibuba is going to be a huge advantage going forward.
Yeah, especially if we see 5-9, Atlantis, 6-5, 6-6, etc.
We could get a cloud here in the letter, though. Let's see.
Now, that could be huge. Now, Gimp could still double hammer World 3 if he decides to do that. That could potentially happen because Ibuba's used his hammers. Gimp still has his. We'll see how this plays out. Let's see what we get from the princess. It's going to be... We don't know. It's World 6, though.
Nothing yet.
Yeah. Well, again, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and we have the donut fort 4F2, which means the fort to the south's got to be 4-1, right?
Star.
It is a star. All right. Moving on here. And Gimp is going to go south, but it is not 4F1. Instead, it's Super Tanks.
So a difference in paths. This is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, if Ibuba decides to skip, and it turns out that fort's required, then Gimp could gain a little bit of an advantage. We'll see how this plays out, though.
It's just that one little decision you make that can give you an advantage in a race. Every decision is important here.
Absolutely. So this is 5-1. We did not see this one in game number 1. This one has a prize at the end if you are able to fly up to that pipe, but it's pretty much ill-advised because it's much slower.
Unless you have a P-Wing, but that's a different story.
True. So Gimp now in 4F2, keeping his tail intact, should be able to clear this. And Ibuba going to have to play the Sledgehammer Bro stage, and unfortunately mistimes the brick hit because the Sledgehammer Bro decided to be evasive. He'll get a star.
And the more starmen that show up, the less likely that it is that Gimpxtreme will be able to make up that lack of Jugum clouds at this point.
We have a divergence of paths, and oh boy, the Piranha Run, well, it's actually not that bad. A Piranha Run with the Muncher Run, rather, with the angry sun, but as long as we keep that star, the sun shouldn't bother us, as now Ibuba's going to be playing the Super Tanks level.
Okay, he's got the last star, he is on his way through, and there he is through the pipe.
Very good. That was pretty clean there for Gimp. Now it's Ibuba's turn to take on Boom Boom at the Super Tanks level. There's the first hit, number 2, and 3. Down he goes. Gimp will have to play that same Hammer Bro stream. This time just one fire, bro. Missed on a couple swipes. What?
That works, I said.
It does work. All right, so panel number 9 coming up, and we have 3-8 with no boss bass.
Do you think the stage is easy? Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. Is this stage easier with or without boss pass, do you think?
Well, easier, of course. Unfortunately, that pipe turned out to be a dud. So that's the reason why Ibuba had to play 3-9. Or 3-8, rather, excuse me. It's panel 9. Well, Gimp almost shorted that jump. That was a close call. Another hand stay, so we're going to get another Jugum Cloud. This is the fun one, the coin one.
So that'll give Gimpxtreme another chance to save some time somewhere. The question is, when will Ibuba press that Jugum Cloud advantage and start skipping some stages? He might do it right at the end.
He might save it at the end. I absolutely agree. I would imagine he'll probably do it as many as he possibly can that make the most sense.
And he may save one for World 8 just in case it's useful there, but there's only 2 stages you can really use it on there.
Ooh, 5-9. Ibuba says pass.
Here's one of them. Here's one.
Gimp 7-6, and trying to do the clip much more difficult with the tail, and Ibuba is going to be on his way. Going to use the Jugum Cloud on panel 10, and oh, this is really going to hurt Gimp right now. Ibuba now in the World 6 Airship with Lemmy at the end.
The good news is Gimp will eventually get be able to use that Jugum Cloud. I don't know if he's played that stage yet or not, but he will eventually be able to skip 5-9. He will have to play the other stage along the way, though, and like you said, this is going to hurt him.
Does manage to get the clip, but Ibuba has now built, I'd say, about a minute lead on Gimp, and he still has Jugum Clouds on him. So we'll see what happens. Is he a shrimp? Not this time. How about a 2-hitter? Nope.
Nope,
3?
not weak. Average.
Nope. Jumbo shrimp territory. He's a jumbo massive shrimp, folks.
The shrimp bait burger.
Absolutely. And Gimp getting a music box. Or, yeah, music boxes. Music blocks. All right, Gimp going to play another Hammer Bro stage, this time with the, ooh, watch out for those boomerangs. All right, he's there. Going to get another hammer.
That may not really be something that helps him here. We'll see.
There's still World 3, though. I still think World 3 could come into play, Cyclone.
Yeah, the double hammer on the bottom could happen.
And there's 5-9. Gimp not going to use
Decides
his one.
To go ahead and play it. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, so Booba now in the waterfall stage. So this is a nice little breather for him. I guess Gimp wants to save his cloud for another time, but this is about as good of a stage to use it on. At least the enemy set seems to be favorable. Like, very favorable.
So Gimp has nearly done the tour of Auto-Scroll 5-9.
Now, interesting. This is World 3 now, and Gimp has 3 hammers. I would imagine he's going to use 2 of them here coming up. Here's 5-8. Booba trying to clear it without getting hit. No dice.
Got
But-
a hit there.
Not a problem there. All right,
And-
Gimp, let's see what he decides to do. 10 or 10? I think I'm going to go with panel 10
Yeah.
Cyclone. I've always wanted to do that. You want panel 10 or do you want panel 10 Cyclone?
I'll take panel 10, please.
Okay, panel 10 it is. Turns out this is 7-3.
Now, what's the other panel 10? We have no idea.
Or rather, the 7-3 beta, to be more specific. That
Yeah,
was
it's
the beta level.
That was the beta.
Yeah. All right, so now Abuba's going to play through 4-2. I have wanted to do that the entire time, and I finally got my wish.
There you go.
All right, so Gimp now in the World 6 airship. He's going to have to take care of a jumbo shrimp Lemmy Koopa. We'll see if he's able to keep up with Abuba. If he does, I imagine he's going to double hammer here.
We'll see. That could be something that helps give him some time back that he desperately needs right now, because he is, based on where Ibuba was in this airship, probably about 2-3 minutes ahead now.
5-4 is now where Abuba is. We saw this in game number 1 with a cheap at the end. Abuba was able to dodge. There's 4 hits for Gimp, and great Lemmy fight there for Gimp. He'll be moving on. And Abuba not going to check that pipe. He's going to check this pipe instead. Well, if this takes him to the end, he's golden. Ooh, no.
Double hammer will be good here.
Oh, it'll be really good. Because now Abuba knows he's going to have to play the fort because there's another panel 10.
The vessel with the pesto had the pellet with the poison.
Right. So.
And Gimpxtreme sees the map, sees the 2 rocks below. Obviously not going to do anything yet because he has to play panel 3, but he's going to have a minute or so to think about that double hammer.
Oh, I did not notice that. Abuba has found the end, but he has to complete the fort. There's a lock guarding Wendy's castle.
I missed that too.
So, unfortunately, the double hammer really isn't going to help Gimp that much, unless the only thing I can see him doing, he checks the pipe, then uses the double hammer.
He would have to play panel 7, but he is using the double hammer. He's going to go with the gamble here.
Yeah, if he never checks the pipe, that's, like I said, that's not going to really work because you have to beat that stage. You have to beat that stage to get to the pipe.
He'll check that pipe right now, I think. There he is.
Yeah, and he's going to see that it doesn't take him to the end. We do have to complete. So here's 3-1.
He sees the fort over there. He hasn't seen a fort on the map yet, so he knows he has to get over there. But he may have saved some time getting over there. We'll have to see.
Here's 4-3. Yeah, I think Abuba's still starting to pull away here as he's done with 3-1.
Well, Ibuba has had a bit of a lead, so we're going to see how that develops because we have to see if Gimp's play actually does turn into anything here. So far, it is looking like it could be a case where this gamble may not pay off.
Now, here's the problem, though. Abuba skipped another stage because he took the pipe, whereas Gimp didn't take the pipe.
Ah.
Abuba now playing 4-1 or 4F1. That is our gatekeeper. When he's going to get a star kill chance, yeah, he's got it. So I want to see some bros in chat. We've got the backwards orb. So now Gimp going to play panel 4. We had seen that. This was 3-1. So Abuba now has the lock picked.
Gimp now making this tour of 3-1 right now. And Ibuba is on the airship. And that is the world... That's French Vanilla Airship.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not completely New York Vanilla because it's World 5. If it was World 3 and 3, that's your New York Vanilla. But we're not quite close, but no cigar. All right, Wendy, Baconators or no? 1 hit, that's not enough. No thickness,
not
2
enough.
hits is not enough. Dave
Vanilla.
Single, 3 hits. Vanilla.
you got one for everyone, don't you?
I do. All right. Oh, Gimp a little bit too anxious there, but should be no problem. Should still get the quick kill. Got him.
And Gimpxtreme getting his rob.
All right. Next up, gonna go back to the pipe. All right, so if Gimp plays, he now knows which pipe it is. He has to know which pipe it is. So now he needs to play. No, he's got to take the other pipe. He's got to play panel 7. Once he does that, he'll gain a little time. But ibuba still leads as we now go into World 4, which means World 7 is going to close it out tonight.
Still a very decent lead here too. So it's still going to take a little bit of work for Gimp to be able to.
Hey! There you go. There's your Atlantis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Atlantis. And ibuba says no, thank you. We are not exploring here.
He says thank you very. Next, I'm going to use my Jugum Cloud. And Gimp, could have been a little bit deadly there, but is able to avoid the fireworks on that one.
So now we're both getting our wishes in this race tonight. You see your 10-10. I got to see Atlantis.
Yep, 1-3 ibuba. Obviously not going to go for the item. Gimp is found the way to Wendy's airship. So yeah, World 7 could have a say in this one, Cyclone.
We'll have to see.
We've seen World 7 do a number to these racers in this tournament, as we've now found 2-4, and ibuba going to take top path.
He is. Top path doesn't have really any enemies on it. In fact, except for that
just a few.
one that you just ran
just
into.
A couple. Yeah, and that's the risk when you try to go fast like that. No problem with the Wendy fight for Gimp. He'll move on to World 6, and ibuba will be up to 8 extra lives.
Gimpxtreme falling to the castle below. And panel 4 for ibuba is going to be played. It's Pyramid.
Yep, the Pyramid stage. No tail, though, so he's going to have to use the beetles here to break the walls.
And for anyone wondering, yes, the randomizer will always, well, at least we do that, but the randomizer will always place beetles there, and you are able to use those beetles to get through the stage, because you're not always going to be able to come through here with the tail.
Nope, that's for sure. And ibuba, boy, just flying to that. Gimp sees Atlantis, and
he knows he uses clouds, and I think he knows he has to play it. He does have one left that he could use if he wanted to.
Well, Gimp is probably going to say no, but I think I would have said, well, I don't know what he's doing.
He took the, I think the first 2 hits were accidental. This third one might have been intentional.
I think he has 1 cloud. No, he has no clouds!
Oh, he thought he did.
Clouds.
I thought he did too.
I thought he did too. He might have used it in panel 7. Now that I think about it. Oh, you hate to see that, folks. He has to play Atlantis, and I hate to say this, Cyclone. This could be all she wrote, unless World 7 is really trolling to ibuba, and it's fair to Gimp.
Well, we saw World 8 the other day where one runner played 3-4 and still didn't build his bridge. The other runner played 1-4 and got his bridge. So we could have something like that happen in World 8 as well. Not just World 7, but World 8 can also be nasty. So we still have some possibilities.
That's true, but the way I've been seeing World 8 so far this season, Cyclone, there really haven't been many big-time comebacks. It's usually been one of those situations you pretty much have to full clear World 8. I just don't know, Cyclone. We'll see, though.
We'll have to see what happens. It has happened in this tournament, so we'll have to see what happens when we get to that point.
All right, here is 5F1 for ibuba, and no problem at all. So he's done with that fort. All right, and that fort did build the bridge. Of course, there's always going to be a bridge, and is able to get the Hammer Bros skip, as we're now in the World 5 airship, where Iggy awaits.
Iggy, will you hitbox us today?
Well, we'll see. Hopefully it's a one-hitter. Nope, not this time. Oh, he's got Earthquake. 2 is not enough. How about 3? No dice. Let's see about 4. It's a 4-hitter.
It's a 4-hitter.
Now, Gimp going to take a shot here with the bonus item at the end, as opposed to going for the card. He would love to see a Jugum Cloud right here.
He wants to see a cloud right now, I guarantee you. P-Wing.
P-Wing's nice, but that's probably not what Gimp was hoping for.
No, 100%.
Next up is Panel 5, and this is, of course, the Oasis stage. Gimp going to opt for the bottom path, the more dangerous path, because you have the Hammer Bros, in this case, Sledgehammer Bros, with a Hammer Bros suit at the end, as we are now entering the pipe maze.
And Gimpxtreme going through the Sledge Brothers in 2-4, which ibuba did not see.
Well, ibuba's going to try to put his mind at ease as he's now in the Navy, and we want you, as a new recruit, to play Super Mario 3 Randomizer.
There you go. Gimpxtreme in 3-9 right now. Loses his tail to a Goomba.
Not a big deal. This is a relatively easy stage.
Yep.
Booba going to check the pipe. This was a linear start. Usually it's which pipe do I take? Well, now Booba gets to play 3 pipe Monty, and he's going to take the pipe closest to him. But that's not it.
It's a zonk.
Yep, well, there's still 2 more pipes he could choose. He's going to go for the first pipe on top. Let's see if that takes him to the end. It does. And we don't have to build a bridge. We don't have to break a lock. He's free. So we just got to complete a few stages, starting with the quicksand stage.
Yeah, still a couple panels on the way to play, but not too bad.
All right, Gimp now in the pyramid stage here. God has the beetle. That's probably not what he wanted to do, catch it, but now he's down to small Mario. He's got to be careful.
Oh, we're going to lose. Yeah, he's going to have to regenerate that beetle. There it is.
And he can. Yep. All right, Booba. This is now the army, so he goes from being a new recruit to being all he can be.
Why not do it all in one shot?
Why not? Well, that means the only one we haven't seen so far in this particular race is the Air Force. And it's very rare that... Go ahead.
I was going to say, wouldn't it be funny if they all showed up in the same world?
I've never seen that happen. I mean, obviously it's happened in the vanilla game. That's how it is.
Yeah.
All right, Gimp does... Wait a minute. I don't think... Is that the right fort? I'm not sure.
We did not see this fort from ibuba, I don't think.
Oh, this is... Wow. It's just been hard luck for Gimp in this one, folks. Because this one's going to pick a lock that's not going to build the bridge.
ibuba is on the World 2 Airship, only one remaining.
Ludwig von Kuba waits, and he'll have a shot at the fire kill.
Watch Ludwig be one hit anyway.
And there's the high jump.
There's the moon jump.
Thankfully, for us, it's not a 2-hitter either. 3? Oh, 4. 4 it is.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of chances to fire shots at him there, but does get the 4 hits and does get the kill. And we are off to the wonderful Dark World. And get your guesses in chat, everyone. How many bridges? I'm just going to say 3 again.
It was 1 last time. I'm going to press my luck and try to double my money. 2.
No whammies.
I love pressure lock. There's the bridge built for Gimpxtreme, so he'll be moving on to the airship. And of course, it's Bowser's letter, so we won't know what the goodie is unless we check our inventory. Let's take a look at the map for World 8. Any locks? There's 1, so 4 is not it.
We had World 1, World 2 at the beginning, and World 7 was the last one before 8. What the heck is this shuffle?
Well, Ibuba's trying to take the intentional 100 coin find, but there's one problem, Cyclone. Take a look at the map. Oh, wait.
Yeah, why did he do that?
Correct.
Oh, he wanted to do the castle. He wanted to do the castle.
It may not be required, and we do have Fort Knox. What I was about to say is, and I didn't notice the first pipe. He takes the fall.
Oh.
He's going to have to do it over. You know what I would have done? I'd have just kept jumping for coins and then go through the door, but this is a race. And yeah, Booba's going to pay the fine. He may skip this. He may take a gamble. No, he's going to use the P-Wing, and that makes sense as well.
Makes sense. Maybe that fall was intentional.
Might have been intentional. Yeah, it makes sense if it's intentional. You know, you've got the equipment. You might as well use it. As Gimp is now going to be in the Navy.
Sailing the 7 fire seas.
Yeah, the seven chocolate milk seas, right? All right, that of course breaks the lock, which we kind of expected. Let's take a look at this pipe here. If it one bridge is required, we should have stuck with one. So if you said one, you were correct. See, that was what I was talking about during our little pregame break. What if there would have been no bridges? That would have been the fastest World 8 ever. And there's the pairing of 7F1 and 7F2.
We have seen some no bridges in this term, but none that were just lightning quick, go straight through and finish the world.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. You didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you?
No, never that easy.
No. All right, so the pairings of World 7 forts are added again. Now, here's the thing. We've only, I think, seen one World 6 fort in this seed so far. So if this doesn't build the bridge, chances are we're going to see one here.
Very possible. We didn't have any in World 8 last match. They were all in, well, 2 of them were in the same world. I'm not sure about the third one.
Nice jump there from Ibuba to avoid the hotfoots. Could he keep his fire suit? No.
Lost his disc.
Not quite. Yep, the old roto disc got him, but no matter. This should still be easy for ibuba7, and there's the last hit. Okay, look at all those pipes. I don't think I've seen as many pipes on that hand bridge as that one.
Oh, I've seen that before.
Crazy. And that's the other one that
bridge.
takes us back to Bowser's Castle, and you still got to build the bridge. Which means, think about this for a moment. Gimp could skip the whole thing if he thinks he's behind, and maybe play through the dark area, and maybe gain some valuable time. But we'll see. Oh, it's this goofy.
Wait,
yeah.
we haven't seen that stage yet, and it turns out that's the other side of the stage that was skipped.
You're right. I'm doing the math here. I think it's required. Never mind. All right. Okay, never mind. Never mind again. Okay.
Okay, we found the actual Navy ship now, and we're in 8 port.
World 8 fort. So we're getting all the hard forts here in World 8. We've had 7F1, 7F2, and now World 8. So it's got to be 6F3.
Are you complaining?
No, not at all. It's got to be 6F3. I don't think we've seen that one in this game. Because I think we saw 6F2, and that's all.
Last seed, I think we started, in the first seed, rather, I think we started with 6F3.
You're correct. So, there's that high moon jump that's going to stun. But Gimp does take down.
You think you're going to get me? I'm moon jumping to you.
Yep, Ludwig von Koopa goes down, so he'll be moving on to World 8. So, we'll see what happens. Now, nothing broke there. This could be the right answer for... It has to be. I'm doing the math because there's no locks.
Like it has to.
It's got to be the gatekeeper. Yeah, this looks like our gatekeeper to me. Yep. With the Hammer Bro suit in play, Ibuba is just a few minutes away from moving on to the quarterfinals.
All he has to do is get through this Bowser's Castle, hammer Bowser, literally, and then he's through.
All right, so one up. He does at least get the one up, but again, he missed the everyman's clip. That's 2 times in a row.
Having some tough, some unfortunate jumps there, but going to go for the main clip. Second try, nope. Third try, nope.
Little does ibuba7 know. He's got it on the 4th try, so this is the writing on the wall, folks, for Gimpxtreme. Unfortunately, ibuba7, barring a meltdown of some kind of sorts, he's going to be moving on to the quarterfinals because I say, hi, Bowser. And I say,
Bowser.
Bye, Bowser.
There's Bowser.
Bye, Bowser. He's out of here. Get your GGs out for ibuba7. He is moving on to the quarterfinals against Paradox.
And we're going to have his official roster all-time for in just a moment here as soon as he crosses. And he's the final official roster all-time of 38 minutes and 22 seconds. And I already see some GGs in chat.
right, Gimpxtreme now in the World 8 for it again. Gimp gained time, it looks like. He did gain time. Unfortunately, it was just too little too late.
Not enough time.
Yep. Yep, unfortunately, it came down to a couple of, unfortunately, costly 100 coin penalties, and ibuba7 just had better management of his Jugum Clouds. Oh, you hate to see that Gimp not even able to get the coins, so now he's got to deal with that goofy thwomp, not once, but twice.
Yeah, that's not fun.
No. I don't care who you are, it's not fun. All right, is there a star? Yeah, there is a star, so we're going to get yet another backwards orb in World 8 for it. All right, folks, with that, we do have our winner, ibuba7, here in the commentator's booth with us. GG, congratulations, you are moving on to the quarterfinals. How are you feeling?
Hello, Cards fan and Cyclone. I feel. Thank you very much. I feel very well. To be honest, I was very anxious on this second race after that close finish on the last one.
All right, let's talk about game number 1. The difference, of course, 12 seconds. Nice clip there from Gimpxtreme. He's in Bowser's Castle as well. There's a lot of things that could have decided that race, but our chat, who is one of the most observant chats ever, you know how many hand stages you crossed through without getting grabbed by hands?
I think.
Oh no!
Oh.
They counted 6.
Oh, maybe.
They counted 6, and you didn't get grabbed once. Do the math. If you get grabbed one time, you probably don't win that race.
Yeah, no, for sure. Not just probably. Yeah. Yeah, tell me.
I want to say why I yelled "oh no" for a second there.
I know what happened. He unfortunately, Gimp thought he was a Subrosion from Oracle of Seasons. I love making that joke because if you've ever played Oracle of Seasons, they love to take lava baths.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just didn't know where to land. I've seen that happen already in this tournament too. Doesn't go for the last. Went for it, but didn't get the last clip. He's in the final room before now.
Look at the fireballs there. And that was another thing that helped you come back. Because Gimp actually entered Bowser's Castle first. Oh, but the laser gets him. There was another laser at the end 2 times in a row. So he's going to have to do the traditional Bowser kill. And that was another thing that helped you come from behind. You were in Bowser's Castle after Gimp was, but you were able to get the clip, keep the Hammer Bros suit. Gimp, unfortunately for him, was not able to keep the suit.
Damn.
There were a lot of ways he could have won that race, but the luck was with you, my friend.
Yeah,
sometimes that's just what you need to beat very difficult opponents. You just need a few bounces to go your way, and they certainly went your way tonight because Gimp took a gamble on thinking that the forts he completed was enough to build the bridge, and he was correct. You played an extra fort. That could have cost you the race, but you had a lot of luck on your side. Unfortunately, the top route was very dangerous. Lots of fireballs, lots of lasers. You got the clip that you needed to get. You didn't get grabbed by the hand stages, and that is why you won game 1, and in turn, the whole match.
And Gimpxtreme just finishing now with an official roster all time, 42 minutes and 13 seconds. Get your GGs in for him as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He played really, really well tonight. Could have went either way, but unfortunately, his tournament is going to come to an end. But again, ibuba7, congratulations. You're moving on to the quarterfinals. Your next opponent going to be Paradox. That should be a good one.
Paradox, yeah, should be a tough one. I need to practice more, that's for sure.
Well, that first race, you did not take any 100 coin penalties. You were clean on the sheet there. Game number 2, not quite as clean, but again, good enough, as we do have our runner-up Gimpxtreme here in the commentator's booth. GG, a very valiant effort tonight. So close in game number 1, it just wasn't meant to be, though. Try to get Gimp's audio in here a moment.
Gimp's mic appears to be not functioning, and I think we're picking up some game audio from ibuba as well.
Oh, all right. Well,
I can.
Whoops.
There we go. That should work.
Yeah, we hear you. GG.
Okay. Gotta push to talk.
Oh yeah, we all forget
Yeah.
sometimes. Man,
What
that
I've
first
learned-
race, you almost made it.
What I've learned in the last 2 years playing Booba, you can't die. You can't die once in this game. You have to play perfectly.
And that's exactly how many times you died in that entire race. And that, well, there's a lot of things that could have went your way to win this race. Obviously, keeping the Hammer Bros suit is one, but ibuba7 had crazy. He played an extra fort that he didn't need to play, and he had to cross hand stages on the map. Not once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, or 5 times, but 6 times, and he didn't get grabbed. He gets grabbed just once, he loses.
Well, I mean that's randomizer though. And
Yep,
that's,
it's luck of the
that's just
draw.
luck. Yeah.
Luck was on ibuba's side, and unfortunately, it was not on your side.
Hey.
The Hammer Bro, you weren't able to keep the suit. Ibuba got the clip. He kept the suit, and you got to Bowser's Castle first. You found the way earlier than Ibuba did with the bridge, but it just wasn't meant to be.
And you did have the that path, like LZ just said. You did find Bowser's Castle first. You managed to skip 1 or 2 stages, especially one of the fort stages that you didn't need in World 8. That did give you that advantage, but losing the Hammer Brothers suit did really end up hurting you, having to do the fight the normal way, and also the clip that you didn't attempt there. All that went in Ibu's favor, and that's how he managed to pull off that win at the end. So very, very exciting race to call, though, at the end, especially.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, Ibuba is one of the best players out there. Like I said, if you lose 1 life, it's really hard to come back from that because he plays really efficiently.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'm very disappointed, Gimpxtreme. We had no World 6 forts in either World 8 tonight.
I saw that and I was sitting there thinking, man, Loss is going to be mad.
I will say this, the 4th fort probably was a World 6 fort. We'd only seen 6F2 in game number 2, and I was making a bet that it was going to be 6F3.
Hey, you got to take a risk, right?
Of course you got to take a risk. It is a race after all.
I think what it was is like game 2 was good. I enjoyed it, but my problem was I had 1 death early on. I was like, I got a cloud. I can't keep replaying a stage. And
right. And that was another thing that hurt you there because you had to use you had to use your clouds faster than Ibuba did. Ibuba had much better cloud management. But yeah, I'll tell you what though, that first death you took in the World 1 fortress was the blessing in disguise because that routed you the other way.
Yeah. No, that one I was that's like, okay, that's anybody's gonna do that. Like, but I meant like just, oh man, he's good, and you have to play perfect in order to beat him.
Yep, he did have a couple of deaths, I know that, but yeah, the first race he kept the sheet clean, and yeah, as you mentioned, you pretty much have to be keeping the sheet clean if you want a shot at it.
Exactly. No, he's fantastic. I can't wait to see him and Paradox face off because those are the last 2 guys who have knocked me out of the tournament. So, yeah, so it's good. I mean, I got the top 16 like I wanted. That's kind of the goal. We've got a lot of good matches coming up still. We got really good ones tomorrow. Which ones were those again?
We'll get that for you. Actually, I don't have it in front of me right now. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, you go ahead and get that up. But yeah, man, that first race though, you pretty much were neck and neck the entire way. Ibuba did get to World 8 first. You got to Bowser's Castle first, Gimp. And yeah, the lead kept changing hands. That's why World 8's the great equalizer. And in this case, it turned out to be Bowser's Castle that ended up being the equalizer.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's randomizer for you. I mean, that's the thing is it gets really intense later in these brackets, and 1 tiny mistake or 1 routing difference. Because a lot of times I like to try to take the top stage when there's 2 choices, and sometimes it doesn't always work out.
Yeah, for sure. But you know who you're up against. You got to take that chance, and just it didn't quite work out for you. But man, you played extremely well tonight, I must say. I mean, you made it to the top 16, which is definitely an excellent accomplishment by itself, and you definitely gave ibuba7 a run for his money tonight.
Oh yeah.
I like to make him sweat a little bit. That's the whole reason I played tonight, is to make him worry.
That was more than a little bit, I promise. I was stressed the entire second race.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, I was so because like I was in Bowser's fight and he's making the last jump, and I look over and I see the red text that you're typing, and I'm like, no. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, and then I saw the done come up as I'm sitting in the doorway, and I'm like, come on, man, so close, so close. I just wanted to beat him once.
12 seconds.
It was super close.
12 seconds, yeah, that's insane.
You gotta watch that finish. You gotta watch that World 8 back. That was fun to watch.
Oh, I don't
was...
want to watch my Bowser's Castle. That was sloppy.
I know. Yeah, it's painful to see watching a loss. I totally get that, Gimp.
Yeah, I don't think I did that last year.
If I was in your shoes, I probably wouldn't want to watch it either.
I'd probably stop at Bowser's Castle. Like, all right, that's good enough. I know what happens.
Yeah. I could think of a million other examples you could think of, like another one, bottom of the ninth in the 2011 World Series if you're a Texas Rangers fan. No, I'm going to stop the tape right here.
Oh, no, I'll rewatch that, though. Me and you will both watch it, Laws.
Well, of course we would.
Well, that's like saying, and if you want to stay with the baseball example, 1993 World Series, you're a Philadelphia fan. Stop the tape when Joe Carr comes to the plate.
Or 1997, if you're a Cleveland Indians fan against the Marlins, same dealio.
Yeah.
But enough about baseball references. I congratulate you both on a very exciting race tonight. Any final thoughts or comments about either or both of the seeds? We'll start with you, Gim.
First seed was actually not so bad. I thought it was pretty fast with the routing. The items were not very good. There's a lot of hammers and stars, and I know I realized it as I was going back. I could have used a hammer in World 6, but it's whatever. Past is the past. We learn from our mistakes. 2 was, I felt like the stages were just messy. Like they just seemed like I tried to predict a couple stages. I got lucky with 7F1 because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, you did get lucky with that one.
A lot of them, it's just a shot in the dark, but I don't know. I think I was just playing sloppy, so I just felt like that seed was bad. When in reality, it really wasn't. Some of the worlds were fast, but other than that, it wasn't too bad.
And ibuba7.
Yeah. Well, first, GG Gimp.
Thanks, man.
I knew this wasn't going to be easy at all. This tournament is having difficult for me a little bit because, for work and life, I haven't been able to practice as much as I want. When the tournament started, I actually wasn't in shape at all. I did like a couple races before, and that's it. I wish I was as good as Gimp says. I am not. I just wish that Paradox feels the same.
Don't worry. I will put you on a pedestal as much as you need me to. Okay.
No. Paradox is a great randomizer speedrunner. So I think now I am the one that is going to be, how do you say, in disadvantage at the beginning, maybe.
I like when I looked at the bracket, and I made my own little practice one. I actually put you above me to win. And then when it came to you and Paradox, I left that blank for like 20 minutes because I had no idea who's going to win because you guys are so good.
I'm telling you, if that doesn't go 3 games, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, that's exactly my thoughts.
Should be interesting. I will look forward to it.
One final thing I wanted to tell you guys. Cyclone did bless the seed game number 2. He was talking about how we hadn't seen Atlantis yet, and I told him, congratulations, you just jinxed the seed, and sure enough, it came up.
You're welcome.
Hey, I'm okay with Atlantis. I just didn't feed Boss Bass tonight. That's all I care about.
Neither one.
Yeah, no one
In fact,
did.
he was pretty absent for the most part. I mean, he showed up on 6-8 both times, but other than that, you really didn't see him much.
No. I was gonna say because I'm sure Booba didn't lose as many lives as I did, but then again, like I felt like I didn't die as much as I usually do in this game. Usually in a randomizer when I practice, it could be anywhere from like 4 to 5 losses, and then during my tournament races, I seem to play a lot cleaner. So I'm always really proud of that on my side.
All right. I have no further questions except GG to the both of you. An outstanding race tonight. Any final questions, Cyclone?
Well, I'll just ask ibuba one question.
Yeah.
Who do you predict wins between you and Paradox?
Sorry, again.
Who do you predict wins between you and Paradox?
I don't want to answer that.
I have the answer. The answer is yes.
The answer is 42. We all know
There
that
you
the
go.
answer is 42.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Well, we'll go with that answer. I guess that's a good answer. I usually go with an odd number. We won't talk about that. Anyway, good luck to you in your future matchup against Paradox ibuba and Gimpxtreme. Congratulations on a good tournament run. Obviously, it ends here. Any last thoughts as you leave?
Yeah, definitely check it out if you're interested and you love Mario 3. Even if you're not a speedrunner, I'm not, or I wasn't originally, and it's a lot of fun. It takes a game that you grew up with, or if you just happen to find it, it's great. It's a lot of fun. We're super open to new runners, and we love teaching people stuff. Human Mustard is probably the one guy that you can ask any question about this game, and he'll be willing to help you out with a strat or anything. Thanks to SpeedGaming. Thanks to you guys for commentating. Laws, it's always good to hear you. Cyclone, you do a good job as well. And Booba, good luck, man. I would like to see you in the top 4.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you very much.
I also want Paradox in top 4 as well, but I gotta pick
Unfortunately,
one.
that can't happen. It's only going to be one or the other.
That's right.
Unless of course somehow we manage to get double ties, but even then, I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah, I don't think it would work at all, unfortunately.
All right, thank you very much, both of you. Great race tonight. GG to you, Gimp, and of course GG to you, ibuba7, and good luck to you in the quarterfinals.
All right, thank you.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our first quarterfinal round of 8 matchup decided. We're going to have ibuba versus Paradox coming up in the round of 8. Keep an eye on the schedule for that to appear. We still have 4 more races before that, and every race in round 2 is now scheduled. We do have first coming up tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We have Gamer Cal versus Glutamic Acid. The winner of that matchup is going to move on to play the Haxer in the quarters. Mitch Flower Power versus the Classic 188. That one is scheduled for 8 o'clock tomorrow, 3 hours later. Both of those races look like they're scheduled for the main SpeedGaming channel at this time. So watch the main SpeedGaming channel tomorrow to catch those. And the winner of that second matchup will be going on to face Proa 007. The next 2 matchups, these winners are going to face each other. It's going to be between DLP316 and Tapatio J at 6 o'clock on Saturday. Or no, Saturday. I'm trying to remember which day of the week it is. And Human Mustard versus Macobra 52 at 9 o'clock Saturday. So we're going to have the answer as to who faces who by that night. So those are all the matchups that are coming up. They're all in the next 2 days. Keep an eye out for them. I know I'm on the 9 o'clock one myself, and I look forward to seeing you at that matchup. All going to be exciting matchups. Look forward to them in the next couple of days. Any last thoughts, Ozzy, before we wrap?
Just looking at these brackets here, looking at all the matchups that are remaining here in the round of 16, I see some really good ones here. I mean, I'm looking at all of these, and I think every single one of them has the potential of going all 3 games. It's going to be exciting. We're going to see a lot of fireworks go off. I'm looking forward to what these final 8 have in common, or what they have to offer, before we move on to the quarterfinals.
You're absolutely right. Any of these races could go to a best of 3. And as we get to later in the brackets and those time averages get closer and closer, there's even more possibility we're going to have a lot of really close races coming up. So as this tournament winds on, we're going to be seeing a lot more excitement, a lot more close action, a lot more sync is probably a good way to put it as well, between some runners and places as well. A lot of sinks, kitchen sinks.
All right. And with that, we're going to call it a night here on SpeedGaming 3. On behalf of all of our runners tonight, that would be Gimpxtreme and ibuba7. For my commentator partner, Cyclone GU, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23, reminding you, if Boss Bass is a-coming, you better start a running.
And make sure you follow those runners as well. Speaking of them, we do have their commands in chat for those watching live. Make sure you follow SpeedGaming CME 2 through 6 as well. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
So long, everybody.